Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated.
It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. The sun would shine, the candy bars, Kool-Aid flowing like wine, the comic books, the TV shows, the bubble gum, the kitty cat. I was a time.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to episode 110 of Planned Brotherhood. Before we get started, we wanted to formally apologize for how late this episode took to get out. I started a job this week and, well, we'll get more into that later. As devoted fans know, every 10 episodes we try and bring in a family member. This time, our cousin Ashley returns. Nico sits in too, but we pretty much ignore him. Enjoy the show.
To be honest, it'd be nice to have a gay brother. And you're like,
He'd be so nice to you.
yeah, you call him faggot, like, but for fun.
And he'd be like, I am a faggot.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about Nick is that if he is gay, he's not going to all of a sudden just turn super flamboyant.
No.
Like,
He's
he'll
gonna be
still
like
be Nick.
It's going to be like an honest gay. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still me, and I like to fuck guys.
Yeah. But he won't say it like that, though.
No, he won't.
I don't think he'd be so in your face about
He's
it.
totally gay, and he will never admit it.
If he was gay, he would be overcompensating for his heterosexuality now, and he'd be like, yeah, man, I'll fuck
He'd be
this
like,
girl.
I'm totally straight. I'm totally straight. I just want to fuck this dude.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Like, if he drinks enough, he'll
Totally fuck a guy.
You guys, Ashley, I can't speak for you. PJ, you see me drink enough to where if I was going to fuck
Where
a
you
guy, I
fucked
would
a
have done.
guy?
Well, I didn't.
No. But he'd seen me to the point where I would
Hey,
have.
PJ?
I know. Well, no, I can't say that for sure because I don't know if a girl came up to you in that same situation, you would probably go do it. I've never seen a guy
I
come
probably
up.
wouldn't. I have problems with myself when I'm drinking.
I've never
With
seen a
your
guy come up and try to fuck you.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know that you would turn it down.
Nick has problems with his homosexuality.
No. Like, you guys are making me sound like a homophobe by attacking me, but that's not fair.
A homophobe?
Yeah.
Nick, I've always been on your side until today.
Oh, so you're saying he has a problem with homosexuals?
No. I'm saying that
Are
by
you a
my
racist?
so staunchly defending
He's a
by not
racist.
being a homosexual, I could be portrayed as a homophobe. I just went to the bathroom.
We were talking about if it came out that you were gay. I said you wouldn't be an effeminate gay. You'd still act the way you do now, right?
Which is why do you think I'm gay if I'm not overtly effeminate though? What is it about me?
Well, I've known you for a long time. I'm not saying that I think you're gay. I'm just saying that if Nick just all of a sudden turned gay,
Yeah.
he wouldn't all of a sudden start acting like Reagan from Big Brother. You know what I mean? Like,
You guys
reference
need to
for
stop,
3 of our listeners.
Stop scooting on your chairs. It's too
yeah,
loud.
this is loud.
I told you we should have moved to the living room.
Just sit still.
So hard.
You fucking gay
I-
wad.
Wow. Now the hurtful comes out.
Now the homophobia
Nick, you're
truly
always my
takes
This is
favorite.
like 4-year-old Ashley right
Until
here.
you turn gay. Now PJ's my favorite.
Same with Aunt Lori, right? She was always your favorite
Yeah.
Until
she made that turn.
Until she's gay, but she's still my favorite. You're not, though.
You choose Lori over me? Let's say for brunch.
well, you guys aren't
Over,
the same
like,
thing.
Over
One's
the gays
cousin,
in the
one's.
family, though?
What's that? You guys were both talking at once.
Well, I was saying you and Lori aren't the same thing. You could still be her favorite cousin and Lori her favorite aunt. But you're
Yeah,
saying
but
the
PJ's
favorite gay
straight and
member
I'm saying
you're
if she
gay.
had to have brunch with one of us tomorrow. And I realize you're getting your Nick Phil tonight. But is that enough?
Well, Aunt Lori would buy me brunch, and I don't think you
That's a fair point.
would not ask for a loan.
Speaking of which, I got a job, guys. Start in 2 days. Congratulations to
Fill out paperwork in 2 days. Do you know when you start?
No. Filling out paperwork is a good step forward, though.
part-time.
Are they asking
With the
like
possibility of full-time?
if you pay us $200, you can have this part-time job for $15 an hour? It's not one of those, is it?
No, it's not. I know what I'm getting myself into. It's a very
No,
respected
it's
company.
true. 2 years
Are
later,
these
you'll get
coasters?
full-time.
Yeah, they're
They're
PJ,
coasters.
sit still
You
on the
fucking
chair.
slob.
Sit still on the chair,
I
PJ.
need to get a beer before we actually get going.
Oh, we're going.
recording.
This is going
This
online.
is going on. We'll just talk about you being gay.
I still say online, by the way. Is that like really?
What do you mean?
ladies? Online?
Say
Saying online?
This is going online.
Yeah.
American online. But it's
you fucked it up there
definitely
at the end.
America Online. But I still say American Online because you know what? O is a vowel.
I'm sure you could listen to this show on America Online.
Yeah. In fact, we should start this episode with the terrible feedback that we dealt with from 16 to 20. Oh, that's not bad.
It's so hard to get on. And
It took forever.
we each insisted that we be on
You remember
it.
this, Ashley? You're way younger than us.
No, I totally remember this. We would all fight over the computer.
Oh, at our house?
Yeah.
Mine and PJ's house growing up?
Barry would
in
be
the,
on
in
the
the
longest.
left corner. No. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah,
left
it's 3
corner.
panels.
Did you just have to pull
Are you
up
talking
your
about
own
the-
hands to figure out left and right? What's up
Yeah.
Are you
there?
talking about the 3 panels?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like AOL sign, and then it goes kiku kiku,
And then there's a key at the end, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the rainbow,
Yeah.
there's a key.
and it would take so long. But like at our house, Barry would be on all the time. Dad and Mom would be on. You would be on. We'd all try to get on, but
We all
then-
had relationships we were developing.
yeah, that's true.
By the time it was my turn, it was never really my turn.
forget
I was
about-
just like living through you guys.
Yeah.
America Online.
Yeah, and what did you do when you got there? Care Bears chat room?
I talked about Simpsons with you guys.
Well, that's cool. As a
Yeah,
whatever
there
you're-
was a lot. Remember when we talked to Thomas Lennon from the State on AOL?
Or that's what his AOL profile said.
No, it really was.
I
though,
also talked to Jinnabon Away once.
because his screen.
And jerked off to her.
No. Listen, because I verified this because the State website had his AOL name on it,
Oh,
and it was who we were talking
sounds
to.
like quite the hacker.
And we asked him about Porcupine Racetrack, and he said that they filmed it all in one day. And
Porcupine Racetrack? What's that?
it's a sketch on the State sketch comedy show. It's not the full title. It's just called The State.
And
It
now
was
we're
it was
starting
on
the episode with
MTV.
feedback. We're ending it with Porcupine Racetrack because it's a catchy little ditty.
Yeah, it was. And I asked him because I loved that sketch. Thomas Lennon was not always my favorite cast member of that show, but when we found him on AOL, I loved it.
And I think he's coming to his
Yeah,
own.
and we challenged
got
him
Reno
to send.
911 now. You probably know that one.
I remember
I
he
don't
even
have
did a
cable,
little
but I do-
Simpsons
I've
trivia
heard
with
of that
us.
show.
We're talking like he could be coming in at any moment.
I know
Don't say
he's
anything
so
bad.
famous now. Like it's honestly a story that I've tried to use with people at work. Like, hey, you know that guy from 17 again? I played Simpsons trivia with him once. And you go through the story, and everyone says it wasn't him, and you got to tell them about the
It's
website.
like my big story. My big online story as a teenager was Roger Ebert wrote me back once. He has that Answer Man column.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and he signed it E. I remember
E.
that. Yeah, but it was some dumb question about Eric
Paul-
Stoltz and his. Oh wait, yeah,
It
you're
was
right.
about Paul Thomas
He
Anderson.
wrote me back twice. Come to think of it, I asked him about the Eric Stoltz cameos and why that stopped after a while.
What
and
did he
Cameron
say
Crowe
to
films. I don't know. He said, "Fucking Google it." Probably didn't exist at the time.
Not sure that would that
That's
he would
Ebert's attitude
publish that
nowadays.
response.
Fucking Google it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm not paying attention to the
What?
levels at all.
Thank you so much. Nico's
Stop
taking the
spitting
role
on
of
your
Tim the
feet.
Toolman Taylor tonight. He fixed. Well, no, you would have blown a hole through my door, but he fixed my doorknob that was loose.
Tim the Toolman
while we're
Taylor.
recording. Thank you so much, Nico. Grab a mic. Join the show.
Nico.
Hello. Goodbye.
I'm just warning everyone that our chairs are really squeaky right now.
Are we?
I told
If
you.
You hear the squeak.
Hey guys, are we done talking about Tim Allen? Because
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Wait, I got one more thing.
I love that guy.
he,
I love
he-
that guy.
he wrote a book called like "Don't Read This" or "Don't Mow the Lawn Naked" or something like that.
No, that wasn't it, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. It
something
had
like-
naked in the title.
Yes, but what was it? Because it's important to the punchline.
You've got the internet there in front of you.
You
No.
also have
Is
the
it worth it?
punchline.
Let's say it was "Don't Drive Naked," something like that.
So much of the internet hates us.
Or just naked, like David Sedaris. Have you
Yeah.
ever read
No,
those
it
books?
was, it was
Sedaris
not
joke.
that
That's a good
clever.
book.
It is a
Good
good
book.
book. It's the only of his I've ever read.
Yeah.
Good though.
You should read Christmas on Ice. That's a good book.
We'll put Tim Allen on ice. How's that? You like how I did that?
But really, you need to stop moving in your chairs. Because
Oh yeah.
I just want to let everyone know that the chairs are really squeaky right now.
I warned you 2 hours before we started. We should
Just
move to
stop
the living
moving
room.
because I'm not moving at all. I'm totally cool.
I'm just gonna stand then, or I'll sit on the floor. How about
There you
that?
Sit
go.
on
You
the
can
floor.
stand.
Yeah, okay.
Stand.
I usually do
No,
sit on
get
the
the
floor.
fuck on the floor.
I only stand in the place where I work.
That would be hot in
I-
any other situation.
So
I'm gonna get
guys,
some
Ew.
beers. You guys want beer?
I was looking at Value Village in the book area, and let's say it's called "Don't Drive Naked." This big fat guy looks at that
It's not though.
book.
You have Google right in front
It's
of you.
in the humor section, and he goes, "Don't drive naked." That's what this guy at Value Village said in the book area. That's the
So you just repeated the title with
yeah.
emphasis.
He thought it was hilarious though.
No,
I
there's
hope he
a reason
listens
that
to your
book's
show.
good.
No, it's like the guy who I saw at the video store who picked up Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, and
That's
he goes,
funny. It rhymes.
he goes, Deuce Bigelow when he picked it up. Those are great. Those are overheards.
This seems like overheards that you and your wife giggle over, and that's it, right?
They're pretty funny.
Don't bring your Alvina humor here.
Just leave her a voicemail that says Deuce Bigelow. She'll know what you're talking about.
I love Alvina. Fuck you. PJ is my new favorite cousin.
Yeah, you're looking at me right now. You got to make this clear to the listener.
Alvina and I are separate people. I should say that. Just because you like Alvina.
We all decided you guys are on the outs, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. There was a
Moving
misunderstanding while you were outside. Who was I talking about?
You're talking about your roommate.
Uh-huh.
How she was like...
She's just coming here to get some clothes because she's going. You think she's moving in
a
with
lot
her
of nights at her
boyfriend.
boyfriend's
But
house.
in the meantime, I was thinking that we were talking about Alvina the whole time, and I was like,
For some reason.
Oh, God.
I don't know why, and I was like, are PJ and Alvina outs? And then I
I
ran
would
outside.
be Nick's roommate right now. I would move straight in.
I
would be
ran
perfect
outside, and I
timing.
was like, PJ, I'm going to save your marriage.
Is that why you got on the phone?
No, she was doing a bit by that point.
Oh, okay.
We explained it before she left the house.
But then I got on the phone because I really want to talk to Alvina. And
Yeah, there's nothing
And I
worse
heard
than
a lot
like
of fake giggling from across the street.
I couldn't have walked further away to have this like gay pre-show conversation
You always
with my
do
wife.
that.
Right.
Whenever you're
And
talking
then
to Alvina,
Ashley
he
comes-
goes outside.
I'm in the middle of like the cutest story ever about what Sophie did this morning, and Ashley starts walking over, and I just completely shut down. No, it's cool. It's cool. Here, Ashley wants to talk to you. Like I can't talk to my wife in front of people.
I wanted
not
to
the way
talk
I
to
am
her,
on the
though,
phone.
but
No,
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
do
fine.
it.
And plus, you generally feel awkward around Ashley. Like when I told him that you said that you were going to come to do the show tonight, he goes, "Oh God, that's going to be fun and awkward."
Fuck
Did
you,
I
you
actually
know
say
what?
that?
Why are you so?
I think Nick's making a joke.
You were
No,
my-
I'm not. I have.
You were
the
my
no, no, no.
least favorite cousin.
What I was saying,
Now she's
Of
looking
all
at
time.
PJ.
what I
And
was
now
saying
you're my
is,
favorite cousin of
it's
all time.
awkward talking to my wife on the phone right before a podcast when I've come to Seattle in front of anybody, especially you. And so you keep running out.
It's
And-
because we hated each
No,
other.
it's great that you talked to Alvina on the phone, but I just like
What's funny is you guys
it's like,
did
all right,
hate each
I'm
other.
hanging up.
I'm going back to you and Ashley now. You guys hated
So
each
long
other.
ago.
It's true.
I know,
We
but
did, though.
the age difference, you think that wouldn't have happened. We were a generation ahead of her, essentially.
No, not really. She's a few
the
years
age
younger.
difference?
5 years younger than
I'm
me.
23. How old
Yeah.
are you?
I'm 30.
28.
So that's almost a
guys are
decade.
getting
5
gap.
years younger than me.
Fucking
So
old.
like
Nick, are you gay?
she was 4
That's enough
and
of that.
super spoiled, and I was
No, I'm
9.
not. I wasn't super spoiled.
And everybody
give
hated
me.
me.
A break.
Okay.
Grandma's special little kid.
Yeah,
Come on.
let's go to grandma's house, and I'm 9 and ugly, and you're 4. You were the favorite,
You were the favorite. She threw a fit over.
but I'm not mad about that. Everyone's got to be the favorite.
Grandma would
right?
have the grandkids over sometimes, and then we'd play like fucking bingo or some
But
basic card
in
game.
my defense, I didn't know I was the favorite. I just
You know what?
thought I
Also,
was,
in your
like,
defense, I'll go back to what I said before about how a lot of times. Nope. You're good. Okay, I was saying, in fairness to you, also, we also heard from mom and dad a lot that like, oh, Ashley's the favorite. Like, I had a lot of opinions.
Well, mom and
formed.
dad were shit talkers.
Yeah, and they always made me form opinions about different people in the family. Like, oh, I automatically think this about Terry or this about
Lori was a yuppie.
whoever.
I stand by that.
Yeah, Lori being
Die
a
yuppie
yuppie, Ashley being like we'd be like, oh,
Ashley was clearly the front runner.
if
though.
we're
She
like-
was always the favorite.
Why
Oh,
was I?
In
oh,
grandma's eyes. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I honestly can't say.
I can
Maybe
help
because
it. Don't hold it against me. I can
all right,
help
now
it.
it's making noise because you're taking so long.
Do you unscrew this right here?
No,
or-
you
no.
don't. But you have to, will you break it?
Why don't you just keep your microphone on, you pussy?
Yeah. Why don't you talk to us?
I know. Way to like. He's like, guys, I'm just gonna unplug my microphone. I'm not really being included in this conversation, so
This sucks.
I'm gonna make a dramatic move right now.
Yeah. Does it bug you guys?
You guys are you're really hurting my feelings. I'm gonna unplug my microphone.
Include me, guys.
So, P-Day, you said before the show you had a true example of Ashley being a bitch. Can we hear that?
No, it wasn't that. I said of a time.
that it?
Don't be a pussy, PJ. Tell
When,
me why I
Ashley
was a bitch.
was-
Well, here's the
I'll tell this
prime
story.
example.
I'll
is
tell
her
this
saying
story.
that.
I don't
Tell the
fucking,
fucking
I'll
story.
tell this story.
I'm not afraid of you.
I don't think you swore this much in episode 50. Things were different.
Was that 15?
Yeah, 50. 50.
Oh, 50.
What was those set of we had a set of books in our house as the daycare, and it was like different things, and there was one that was just full of like crafts that you could make and activities you
Oh,
could
I
do.
totally remember that.
Yeah,
those
right.
were fun, and the
like,
Englands had
like
those
you'd
too.
look through it, and
Mhm.
it's like, oh, do this, build a kite
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And we'd fucking do it. So one
Or
time,
we'd attempt to do it.
one time we're sitting on the couch. You're probably, I hate that you're 5 years younger than me because it means I was so old.
He hated
so
me
old
when
at
I
the
was
time.
that young.
You were probably like 6 and I was 11. So I'm looking through it and I remember like licking my finger to turn the page at
Oh,
one
that
point.
totally grossed me out. I know it did.
And you said,
Even at that age?
you're drooling all over it.
well, you
You
Now-
were a big drooler.
You
Now listen,
drooled, though.
I know.
couldn't help
You
it.
had a
I know.
problem.
But the thing is, I think you were only talking about me licking it, but I took it as I'm such a drooler. And I stood
You
up
were, though.
and I threw the book down on the ground and I looked at you and I want to say I shook my finger at you and I said, that was mean. And I ran away and I fucking have hated you ever since.
You
No,
shouldn't
that's not
drool,
true.
though. That's gross.
I know. It was.
You don't drool anymore, though. So
I feel
that's
like
why you're
well,
my favorite cousin.
I drool as much as like.
I don't like this theme.
I think
Mixed
it was.
gay.
I think it was lazy. That's why I drooled.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm your
was a
least favorite
lazy
cousin
kid.
now? Is that accurate?
Well,
And it's because I'm gay?
yeah.
Wow.
No, but I love Aunt Lori, though.
I don't understand the
but
hurdle
she's
that
not
she
your
made.
cousin. You can have a gay aunt.
Yeah.
A gay cousin
Yeah.
is
A
like,
gay cousin
yeah,
is
that's
like
pretty gross.
on a totally different level.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It's
Totally
way too
different
close
level.
for comfort. You guys
Yeah.
like played in the same toy room,
Yeah.
Right,
You were
that's
totally
true. That's
gay.
true.
throwing your gay vibes out.
Yeah, actually, you're swimming with disease because we're cousins. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm
Totally not a dude, but you're gay, and I don't like it. And I love Aunt Lori, and she's gay, and I
Hey.
love it. PJ, I didn't like it when you drooled, but now
I,
you're
didn't,
my,
That's pretty gay.
I didn't like it either. Like,
you couldn't help it.
hmm.
Nick can help that he's gay.
I understand it's a choice, and I didn't make that choice.
I was
until apparently
born.
tonight.
I was
but-
born with a gene that made me drool, Nate. What the fuck is your excuse?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
seriously.
How does that just disappear? If that was an actual condition,
I
it
told
would've
you
been
I was a lazy, but I had like my teeth were always falling out, and
It's not your fault, PJ. It's
right?
Nick's fault, though.
I was this little hillbilly kid.
It's totally Nick's
Are you done with
fault.
this character,
I
Ashley?
got myself
I'm tired of
together.
All right. I love gay people. I'm gay.
The truth comes out. This has all been a lead-in.
Finally.
The Tim Allen book was called "Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man."
Are you recording that? At least?
Don't
That was
stand too
recorded.
close to a naked man. Good thing we bought that second.
What was your
18
title
pack.
again?
Don't drive naked.
Close enough.
Naked was the key word. It was like being a dude naked.
That's funny. I'd repeat that title in a bookstore.
So this is what it was like. This is what the guy said. He said, "Don't stand too close to a naked man."
That's like the guy that points out the bumper sticker that nobody else would laugh at.
Such as.
I don't know.
I
Something about
was trying to
Cheney
think.
being a pussy.
Nico, here's some local talk. Do you know that screen printing place on Lincoln Avenue? I want to say around 7th Avenue.
The one that's close to your place on
Yeah,
Lincoln,
they're like,
it's
we'll print your
TDI.
T-shirts, stuff like that. Yeah, so they print words on T-shirts for you. You tell them what you want written on a T-shirt, and they write it for you. And it says, "We embroider cheap," spelled CHEEP. I love it.
Cheap indeed.
It's a good DEEL.
Right, am I right, guys?
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Alvina bought me a
DEEL.
hat that said Shalom for Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, I was there when you opened that. Awkward.
And she said he also did not know how to spell Shalom. She had to
I
look
don't know
it
that
up.
I could off the top of my head.
She looked it up. Recording's
Yeah.
over.
And done.
Ashley's going to the bathroom. It's fine.
Turns out we need to talk about family.
Sorry, Nico.
Well, no. Luckily for us, this mic cable is 12 feet long, so just leave the door open. We'll record that too.
That's my cousin, dude.
Oh, dude, she was so... She's like, okay, hold on. I'm going to shut the door at least.
What?
No, don't go shut the door.
It's outside of the door. It's outside of the door.
Come here. It's right on the right side.
It's right there.
I was making a joke saying, hey, leave the door open.
Also, be careful that doorknob. Oh no, you fixed it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's all fixed. Yeah, it's good to
Yeah,
go.
Nico, you're a good guy to have around.
I'll show you. No, it's simple. I'll show you how to fix it if you want later.
Nah, I don't want to know.
All right. Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the car accident that you came upon?
I almost want to save it for a later episode. We can leave it now.
When we're doing
yeah.
a Nico episode.
Yeah.
Cut this right out then.
It was life-changing.
It was. Blew me away.
Let's think of some way to bombard Ashley when she gets back on mic.
What will she talk about? She went to the zoo with my wife and Melissa.
Oh, let's talk about that when she gets back.
Right.
Interesting. In the meantime, we could still talk. Do you not want to talk?
Now, who acted like the biggest idiot, do you think? My wife or Melissa? Cut that out.
I don't know why we would. That's the funniest
Ill-timed,
thing said all night.
ill-timed joke. Since we're going through the divorce and all.
Right. Hey, man.
Alvina is just
Looking
going
for a
to get
roommate,
some
PJ.
clothes to
Wow.
go over to her
We get along
boyfriend's.
great.
I was telling
We
Nick
could
about
record
this.
a podcast like every day.
I know.
We could record multiple days per
That's
day.
true if I moved here. But see, I already have a job in Yakima, and I have responsibilities, Sophia. And I found this great one-bedroom apartment. I was telling Nico about it with all these antique fixtures, and it's 2-story, one-bedroom apartment, and it's got a foyer. Oh man, it looks awesome. $575 a month. That's almost
It's a
worth
good price.
a divorce. It really
There's
is.
a toaster in the bathroom garbage.
There's
there
a
really?
toaster in the
Yeah.
bathroom garbage.
That's
Really?
not the bathroom garbage. It's
Well,
a
I thought
garbage
it was,
can.
but it's a garbage can in the bathroom, and there's a toaster in it.
When you go to a
Nick-
bathroom, don't you think to look for the garbage can next to the toilet?
Let's be honest.
No.
Well,
In
if
case
there's
something
a
hinky happens.
Nick
I
in his
saw the
downtime,
first
his
garbage
unemployment time, has been writing The Brave Little Toaster Part 3.
Okay.
He
Gotta
does
go
his
through
best writing in
prototypes.
the
You read it and you
bathroom.
liked it.
I
You
know
read it
what
and you
was
liked
going
it.
on.
I like the idea.
No, I know what was
I
going
took
on.
it new places.
Listen to me. Nick was taking a bath.
This
And
is so
Oh,
dumb.
this is
whatever
it.
whatever
A
you're
little
building
fix.
to.
He's taking a bath. He plugs
Okay.
it in.
Okay.
He plugs the toaster in.
I
and he was
can't-
like,
I'm so
you know-
glad Ashley's
I
back.
can't
Go
tell
on.
the world I'm gay.
And he was like, I wanted to just put the toaster in the bathroom with me.
It is odd.
Because I don't want anyone to know I'm gay. But
Okay.
I can't do it. I love my family
You know
too
what,
much.
Nick? It didn't work for Bill Murray and Groundhog Day, and it's not going to work for you, okay?
The evidence
Obviously, it
is
didn't.
stacked against me. I will acknowledge that, okay?
Okay, but why is there a fucking toaster in the bathroom?
Is that a gay thing?
No, I ran out of
Are
storage.
you putting your
and I
genitals?
have,
Yeah,
I have
storage.
a Rubbermaid garbage can, which is completely
Ran out of
cleaned
ball
out.
storage.
Yeah, yeah.
And
There's
I
a
keep
toaster
my
in it
George.
inside
Did you
the
see the
bathroom.
George Foreman grill? That's also in there.
In the
Is it really?
Yeah,
It's a big
I've got
bathroom.
some issues, guys.
It's a big bathroom.
Is it
Right.
not? Were you not impressed by the size
It's-
of my
It's
bathroom?
pretty big.
And by bathroom, I mean-
it was clean. I sat on the toilet seat.
Yeah, it's
I
very
was
clean.
impressed.
I'm very
'Cause normally I
OCD.
would like hover over the toilet seat, but I was like, this is a clean bathroom. I'm just gonna sit
Right.
on it.
Don't go in that one. I'll tell you
I
that.
won't. I won't.
And that's hers, right?
That's my roommate's bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
can talk shit. She's gonna move out now, so and we
No,
already know she's
JK.
out for the night. Yeah.
I've heard that was her nickname.
No,
so.
no animosity as far as her moving out of the house. She just found a better deal.
Yeah.
She's got a boyfriend.
Exactly. We'll pay rent. No
From the
biggie.
looks of it.
Rich boyfriend, right?
Was that our boyfriend that we just met?
Yeah.
A lot
I didn't
smaller
mean it.
than she is.
True.
Yeah.
He's a lot taller than she is?
Smaller.
Oh, small. Okay, I agree.
That
I was
makes
like,
more
he's
sense.
taller? Oh, no. Okay, yeah. No,
This
he
is all
is.
going
Yeah.
out, guys. Anyway, I'm looking for a roommate. I already stressed that. I live in the Ballard area. I'm going to give you my personal email,
Nicholas Alders?
nickbarallers@gmail.com.
If
Yeah, and I'm
gay.
gay, so if you're into that,
Putting out the Gmail address. I don't give my Gmail address to anybody because I have a BlackBerry and
I
that
can
like
give it to everybody.
comes on my phone. I don't need that shit. There's no way to segue into it, but we were going to talk about when you went to the zoo
With Melissa.
with
and-
Melissa.
Our sister Melissa
Yeah.
and
Sophie?
PJ's wife.
Because
Alvina.
I hear
And
Melissa.
And PJ's adorable daughter, Sophia. Isn't she adorable?
She's adorable.
Especially when she stands next to Melissa.
She was a
I
good
fumbled that,
girl until she wanted kettle corn, and then she was a bad girl.
Was she
Sophia
bad?
or Melissa?
No, Sophia.
You
It
can't-
could have gone either way. It really
Yeah,
could
it's,
have.
it's some truth there.
Melissa prefers the white cheddar popcorn, and I know this from every time she comes to hang out with me, and all we do is walk to Highs at some point, and I buy her a bag of that shit.
And she loves the cherry cola as well.
Yeah, and we
Coca-Cola.
come back, and I stare at the clock and wait for Lori to come pick her up.
So you embody dad for that amount of time.
But you, I gotta say, I kept telling Alvina, I was like, Ashley doesn't feel obligated to go, right? Because, and it's my own shit, because I think that sounds like the worst possible day ever to like go to the zoo.
But you weren't
with-
thinking of it that way, right?
No, I was just trying to be
You-
a good person.
Yeah.
Right, so you were doing it like for
Yeah,
But
I didn't feel obligated.
It's not
at
like
all.
Alvina's a snooze. Like
Were-
she's,
well,
especially in comparison to Melissa.
were you like taking the load off of Alvina, or were you like, I was invited, so I'm gonna go?
I didn't feel like I was taking the load off Alvina because she's like perfectly capable. I
Is
just
she?
felt
Yeah,
like
but handling Melissa too, like that's what I know how to handle.
handling is the
Sophie.
perfect word.
just for one time in my life, I was trying to be a good person.
Oh, good.
So I went,
Mhm.
and it was boring.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
And then Alvina
Zoo
bought me
trips
lunch.
without Melissa are boring.
Alvina bought me lunch, which I felt bad about, but I also felt like she was
A zoo lunch, like somewhere within the zoo.
No. We went to.
We're
Oh,
doing
thank God.
okay. She acts cheap, but
You don't want a zoo
We're
lunch,
doing
thank
okay,
God.
guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
right.
that.
Yeah, right.
Well, I make some money.
Yeah,
I'm a
right.
bartender. I make some money.
Thank God.
All
You're
right,
coaching
Nick?
me through this
I'm
week.
flush. I'm flush.
Yeah, it was totally boring, and like I probably wasn't any help at all.
How did Melissa act? Because when I hang out with her, she's like very fawning over like.
Did we talk about
I-
how you hung out with her recently?
Yeah, and
We've
she's
already
like,
covered
"Oh,
that.
I'm hanging out with you," and very like kind of all up in your space, and
Yeah,
like,
she was like
will
that.
sort of
totally.
sit on your lap or very close to it, like just out of nowhere.
I
Or
think
and-
that's
rest
just
her
with
head on
family,
her
though.
shoulder. She'll
You-
rest her head on your shoulder.
Yeah.
This is Melissa.
Yeah.
This is our
Okay.
sister.
Yeah.
That's what I have trouble dealing with. Being so mean. But
Well, no, you also have your own issues. Like,
Oh yeah.
you don't like to be touched.
I'm not a toucher anyway.
Yeah, you're not an emotional person.
Although I gave PJ,
You have no emotional
I gave
core.
PJ a hug today and not Nick.
That's
Because-
true.
Really?
Because-
Because I'm gay.
Because Nick's gay.
Well, I think that's why he would run up and go, "Hello."
You realize this is going online, actually.
Yeah, you're gay.
Nick hugs everybody. Just another way he's like Danny Tanner. Like he just fucking
Who's Tanner? Is that your
Danny
boyfriend?
Tanner. Are you?
Oh,
Full House.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He
Danny
says that
Tanner.
because of my cleaning. Does he also hug everybody?
Yeah,
is that
he's
one of his
hugging her.
attributes?
I remember there being a joke about, "Oh, I thought every time you had to leave a room."
Oh no, I think
You
that was
had to
more a
hug
joke about
somebody.
how every episode ended with a hug crescendo.
Oh yeah.
Like we've gotten through this ordeal. Are you
Yeah.
laughing that I said hug crescendo?
No,
Well,
it's-
yeah.
When I
Going
read,
with the do
when I
rags that
read
we
a
do
book
have.
and there's like a word I don't recognize, I make a note to look it up later, and that's what I'm gonna look up later.
Crescendo. I don't know what that
Crescendo.
means. I'm gonna totally look it up at work tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up too.
You guys
It's just-
don't even know how to spell it.
that
You're
was
not
my
sure.
Yeah, I
eye
do.
flicker. I was making a mental note.
Go for it,
Crescendo.
No.
CRECS.
Nope.
SC.
Scratch that. Reverse it. Yes.
SC.
Yes.
ENDO.
I think so.
I know
Crescendo.
I
music.
could also be wrong.
Crescendo.
Oh, that's right. Crescendo.
Your confidence
Crescendo.
is amazing.
No, I've seen your Facebook updates.
You know
don't
what?
know if it's
Hey,
right.
fuck that.
You may have one.
I do
How
have
do
my
you
cell
spell?
phone.
How do you spell smiley face? Colon parentheses.
Yeah.
How do you?
Exactly.
Nico has mastered
you want
the
me to-
smiley face.
Yeah. No,
know
I
that?
do the
Sticking
smiley
tongue
face.
out
That's
face.
true.
Colon.
I don't do this.
undercase B.
I don't do the stick out tongue
come
face.
on,
Come
you've totally
on.
done that.
Maybe once. Like what? Like a colon parentheses dash? Really?
I know what Nico does. He does the winky face.
He does do. The
Oh, I've
face.
done the winky face.
He
Yeah,
attacks,
it's true.
Right? That's creepy.
How does
TJ,
she
you were
know?
telling me about that.
She just
I
knows
can
my
tell.
type.
I can tell. You're
Sure.
definitely the winky face. Anyway, you're not the only one that won the 5th grade spelling bee, okay?
Is that true?
You never
That's
won a
true.
spelling bee.
Did you bring your trophy?
TJ,
Was,
you
I have
fucking-
proof
was
right
Grandma the judge?
Just because grandma liked me more than you.
I
now.
remember.
Oh, we were going to talk about that. Let's
It's
explain
because
further.
Nick's gay.
No, let's be
And-
honest. It's because I'm gay, but more because you didn't have.
Anyone.
Oh, I have a grandma story. If anyone wants to hear it, sorry.
I thought we were going to delve into this
Sorry.
first.
I'm sorry. You're right,
What
it
do you
was
want to
really-
hear? The grandma story first, or why Ashley was?
It's
an
really
orphan,
quick,
kind of?
guys. It's really quick and really funny.
I want to hear about me.
Okay.
Why
Well,
were you an orphan?
It's not
kind
about
of?
you.
Let's go there first.
Let me tell my grandma story.
All
really
right, tell
fast.
the grandma story.
Jesus Christ!
When
won't forget.
Melissa came to Yakima,
Most recently,
Alvina.
you said we talked about it on the show, but I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Yeah, maybe we didn't. Alvina took her and
This is
Sophie,
very recently after foster care and whatnot.
after like the last batch of episodes we recorded. This
Mhm.
happened after that. But yeah, so Alvina takes Melissa and Sophie there because
To
like
grandma's.
I never go to grandma's house. It's not because of any personal thing. I think she's made mistakes, but it's just too awkward. You know what I mean? Like I have no reason. I don't know if she's heard the podcast. Who's bitched to her about the podcast?
I guarantee
Anyway.
grandma has not heard the podcast. You know why? Because she's our grandma. She doesn't know what a podcast is.
But I mean, like if like
despite dad's bitchy phone calls. to
right,
her.
if dad was saying something to her, but she says she
she's
hasn't
still on
heard from
dial-up.
Dad.
Ashley, sound effect.
I hiccuped.
Close enough.
But anyway, so Sophie had milk at some point, like because whatever, and then so
Or
grandma,
as it's known in your
so
household.
Jim-
Leche.
Grandpa Jim, grandma's husband,
Don't call him that.
rings the doorbell to bring her into the room where he stays, and then she came out and she like basically asked them to leave. She was like, "Oh yeah, you know, guys, I gotta feed Jim and blah blah blah. I gotta make him something for dinner. You guys gonna stay, whatever." And then
It's changing bedpan time.
and then they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll see you later." And she's got all the food ready, and she goes, "Now I'm gonna go feed my baby."
Ew.
We
Because
should
he
get all
does
that.
wear a diaper.
It's just oh yeah,
He's got to.
PJ, you're squeaking in your chair.
it wasn't a quick story either. It's okay because we're cutting that whole part out.
And we're cutting out every time Ashley complains about the squeaky chairs. The listener gets it by now.
So we have
We
13
chose
minutes
a
of
bad location to
podcast.
record
It's all good.
That was
Okay.
the only payoff was that I feel gross.
Okay. delve into the
My grandma loved
the
me
other
so
shit.
much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk more about that because we hinted about that even in episode 50, but I don't think we fully fleshed it out. Why did Grandma love you more than the
I
rest
don't know.
of us?
I was a little kid. I don't know.
You know.
No,
We were just outside. Come
I'm
on.
prettier than you. I don't know.
Well, that wasn't clear at the time, like PJ indicated earlier without actually saying, but I'll say you were kind of an Ugmo as a child.
I
was
never
another
indicated
child.
that.
I kind of had a fat head, and
Exactly.
I was like a roly-poly.
You were cousin Fathead.
Yeah. I didn't drool, though.
That's true.
Oh,
That's a
as she
fair
looks
point.
at PJ.
Do you remember what we
As
used to
looks
call
at PJ.
You may have admitted this with your snarky attitude.
I don't
from
know
6
if
years
I
old
know
on.
this.
Slobberpuss, come on.
Slobberpuss.
Oh.
Yeah, you were the
Did I call you
slobberpuss.
Oh, I
You
heard
were-
that a lot. I
you
heard that
always-
my entire childhood from everybody.
Is that
Oh, I
why
thought
you're
Ashley
so messed
admitted
up?
it. Let's go second through
No, she's
fifth
not.
grade. School pictures of PJ and PJ. So I'll get right off of this.
Drill all down.
I know,
the
guys.
t-shirt.
I was
Like,
always wearing a denim
You
jacket.
didn't have to smell those shirts. You weren't like bunking
They
with him.
stink.
Oh, they were disgusting.
I never smelled them. I just saw the big.
You were always kind of a Danny Tanner, though.
Not always.
You had
no.
you had
that,
like
that came in at 13, 14.
Let's talk
homo
about-
sense of smell.
Oh,
Let's-
Ashley, before we talk about anything else, your sister Cecily,
Hmm.
who we should get on the show sometime.
Mm.
You should.
That might be fun.
She-
We've run out of
Here.
family.
She had a disgusting habit as a child where she slurped on the first 2 or 3 fingers.
And
The
she would
pinky
stick
up.
her pillow in her nose.
I didn't know about that.
No, she would suck on her middle 2 fingers, and then she would stick the corner of her pillow. She'd twist it up and stick it in her nose, and it was like a silky green pillow.
Please don't tell me she ate it. Don't finish with that.
She may have
So
put it in her
gross.
mouth every
The
once
finish
in
is
a while.
PJ came in as a kid and ate it.
Yeah. That's why I was
I've
all
been
pissed
caught.
off.
I've
Please
been
don't tell
caught,
me that
guys.
she ate it because I ate that shit for years.
I got caught
and-
right in the middle of like 7th grade class once. James Monroe caught me.
No, but I was going to say your T-shirts smelled exactly like Cecily's pinky, and then the next finger smelled.
I never smelled that.
How
I
are
never
you
got
smelling
that close.
Cecily's fingers?
But I'm not gay.
That's a
so
fair question. You are.
He's
sick.
giving her a manicure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it
why
grossed
are
me
we
out as a
smelling
kid.
fingers?
Girl,
Yeah.
these smell.
does anyone remember how organized Nick's rooms were? Nick's
Oh.
room was.
Danny Tanner.
Our
Nick's
Danny
room
my
is-
room is
was-
within view right now. Okay.
And how organized
Disappointing
his
in that.
CDs are in alphabetical
Guys,
order.
I don't
ran-
have CDs
I ran
anymore.
a
I
pretty
live in the
tight
digital
ship in
age,
my
but-
room. I kept it pretty clean.
You had baloney sticking to the wall. He literally did.
I was scared of room, PJ. I like Nick's room.
Who was it?
I had a dream.
We've heard this, and I've said it before from Uncle Russ when they would stay for the weekend.
PJ always
Everybody
had,
goes to my room. Everybody migrates to my room because every other room in that house was disgusting.
because you're gay. Totally.
It's because I'm gay. It's because
But-
I'm gay.
PJ's window was always broken. He always had like a
Nick
pillowcase over it.
Nick broke
That
it,
was my fault. Yeah.
and my parents let me sleep through winters in the attic with a broken window for like 7 years.
It wasn't
Like,
the attic.
What was that?
It was
It's
totally
the
like-
attic.
Yeah.
It was an addition to the top of the house.
That
Yeah.
pretty much was
That
the attic.
whole
That's why I was
upstairs
always
Yeah.
afraid to go in there because it was cold and scary.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
drafty. But it was not. You know,
Technically, that was an 8-bedroom house, but that's only because Grandma.
that's if you count like the laundry room, though. Let's go
but
through it.
all those upstairs
Let's go
bedrooms
through
are
it.
sketchy.
There was.
Oh, I do this every night when I'm trying to fall
Wait,
asleep. By
has
the
Nick
way,
O ever
Really?
seen this house or heard of
No,
it?
I've
No.
never seen it. No, only Yakima.
Nick goes
no.
out here.
If you've
I
been
have
in
no
my
idea.
dreams
I'm
lately,
not
I
there.
dream about it constantly. I had a dream about it last night that I got to go into my room and take all the shit with me that I never took with me, like all the fucking like cool shit that I had in there.
He did tell me this
that
dream.
baloney
actually.
sticking to the wall.
And-
I'd take that as a souvenir. If
And
nothing
it's
else.
yeah, I mean it was a rad room, but yeah, it was super drafty and it was always dirty. I always just wanted to sleep in Nick's room. I always slept in the house. My room, Nick's room, the coke room upstairs, also
By the
known as the
Coca-Cola,
dark room.
not like
No. Let
Coca-Cola.
people think what they will. We've
And then
explained it. I think.
did we have a name for the room that had the trap door onto the roof?
No, I was going to say the dark room, but that was also the coke room.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there
know. It was the roof room.
yeah, the roof room where we'd
That wasn't it. I just made that up.
we would sneak out and go to like the video store at 1 a.m. like we were being so rebellious.
And plus, Dad probably was clued into the fact
Yeah.
and didn't give a shit.
Yeah, and then there's a room
Let him
at,
run
a
around.
room at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, we're actually doing this.
Yeah.
Are you keeping track?
Yeah, that's 5. Room at the bottom of the stairs.
Right. And then there.
Toy room.
I slept in the laundry room. I know I did.
I got it. Toy room, Melissa's room, Mom and Dad's room. That's 8.
Yeah. Nick and I used to have slumber parties, and Nick would make out a list of what we're gonna do, like the times
Because
of
I'm
each thing
gay.
we're gonna do.
Take it.
We knew where Dad's
I beat you to the punch. Sorry, Ashley. Don't give me that look.
We knew where our dad's Playboys were, so we'd be like 8:15 Playboys, 8:30 after we've come. But
No, that's not true.
Ew.
We never jerked off together.
Ew.
Yeah,
we
that's
never,
never
we never
true.
did that. We looked at Playboys together, though.
Right, but that was before I discovered
totally gay.
ejaculation.
You're
No,
Okay.
if you
We were
both
like
look at
15.
Playboys,
Right, now
that's
she's
one
turning
thing.
on
If you whip
PJ.
it out and look at the Playboys,
Yeah.
that's another thing
I'm not
entirely.
a dude. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, and
one
but
thing
yeah,
And you
but-
never will be.
But we would always pick a random place in the house, like that's where we're gonna sleep. Like we're gonna get our sleeping bags, aka like our bedding, and fucking and we slept in the laundry room, we slept in the toy room, and
Sure, that's good times.
but I always just slept on the living room couch for most of my life. Living room
Sucks.
couch guy.
Yeah, what was that? Well, that was his choice. He
My
had
room
a
was
bed.
cold. It was freezing.
Because the window was broken.
Yeah, it eventually got fixed.
What memories do you have of that house, Ashley? Because that was eventually our childhood home, mine and PJ's.
Yeah,
but
but
it
you
started as Grandma's house.
Yeah, you spent time there as
I remember
Grandma's
the
house.
playroom, like you walk in and
Because a daycare was run out of the house, as a
Yeah,
reminder.
So there was a big playroom,
hmm
and you walk
We
in.
called it the toy room.
the toy room. Okay, and then to the left was the toy room, right? Well, you walk.
Well,
the front
you
door,
walk through the living room to get
you
at the
walk
toy
through
room.
Right.
On
but
the left.
but you take the left, and
Yeah.
then there's
Yeah.
the toy room,
Mhm.
which always
This is
grossed-
fascinating.
Well,
Keep
there's a
going.
living room, but there was a door to
Sure.
the toy room.
Right,
Sure.
right. There was
From
it
the
was a
living
separate room. There was a door there.
Interesting.
You have to pass the big screen TV.
Yeah,
like the
sure.
big box screen TV.
That's what it was
46
our
inch
house.
Yeah.
that we immediately ruined with our Nintendo guns.
Yeah.
which always had X Files on, which scared the shit out of me because
Yeah.
I was like 2 years old.
Interesting. Keep going.
Good show to watch for daycare kids.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
And
all
the
you
soap
are to
operas
me
that
as
Mom
a
watched
daycare kid,
for
by
that
the way.
4-hour block every day.
So to the left was the toy room. You go to the left and then a left into the door.
Do you go to the left,
Yeah.
to the left, and to
Yeah.
the left, right, left?
You just keep going left all day long, and there's the toy room, which I never wanted to be in the toy room because it was gross in there.
Yeah.
You're talking about once my mom took over the daycare,
Chris
right?
Klein
Yeah,
would
yeah.
shut the door. And
It's
you'd just feel
unfortunate
weird.
that your mom allowed that to happen. That house was so disgusting. I don't know, because occasionally, like once a year, wasn't it, that somebody would come in and inspect the place?
Yeah.
And as tip-top of a cleaning job as I did at 13 years old, because Mom knew I could do it and she couldn't, they always passed.
Yeah.
Good job, because you're gay.
Well, being gay saved my mom's career for that.
Yeah,
few
and Mom would
years.
sit there and basically get interviewed, and I remember watching her during those things, and she was panicking.
Yeah.
She won't even let you talk in front of a waitress at Sherry's. Like, she can't talk to people who are inspecting her lively. I'm sure Dad's telling her, "You got to clean this sty up, Jackie."
Yeah. Or even when the parents would come to pick their kids up at the end of the day.
Mom's
Like-
laying on the shirt and on the couch in a belly shirt.
That was my favorite part of the day when the door would open and it was my mom.
Yeah,
You could see.
that's too bad.
It's funny that you say that. I
the
can
door
remember
never
when the door
opened
would
for
open.
us.
Yeah, the door never opened for us.
It was just people leaving, people making it to where we're gonna be.
Remember how
alone.
depressing it got by the end? Like we were. When did Mom eventually give that?
There's
up?
like 4 daycare kids.
No, there was 2 at the end. It was Brian and fucking Starla.
Yeah,
Starla, we assume now is a dry skinned stripper.
I found her on Facebook. I didn't friend
But
request
do you know
her.
how rare it was when the door opened and I was my mom?
Oh no!
Very rare.
Wow.
Really?
Let's get into
Let's
this.
intriguing.
It was
Bullshit.
very exciting when it was my mom. I don't know where we would go.
Now this is not a slight against your mom. This is just something that just popped in my head. But was there a time once? I think we were living in that house. It might have been earlier. We were babysitting you, and to spend the night, and it turned into like 3 nights. Did that ever happen?
Probably. I don't
It
know.
turned into like 3 nights. I remember, and just Mom and Dad being. It's a weird story. It just popped in my head.
Not even a story.
No. I just remember one time, like, oh, Ashley came to spend the night, and I think we were all like having a lot of fun that weekend. It was like, oh, she's staying another day. Oh, she's staying another day. It was a
You
pleasant.
had a memory of
It
liking
was
me?
a pleasant memory.
Wow.
But then when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, it sounds like I'm saying your mom abandoned you and all this shit. Like, I'm just looking at all the dark shit of it now.
All I remember is the waterbed in your parents' house.
Yeah, lots of duct tape on that thing.
I had a waterbed too.
We all had them at one point.
Yeah, which is so funny to think about. Nico, did you ever have a waterbed
Actually, yeah, I did.
as a kid? Right?
No, my parents had it, and then I bought it from them years later. But when I was young,
That's
my
very Nico.
yeah. When I was really young, my parents had a waterbed. They had like a queen, and they decided to buy a California King when those were cool and like the I don't know,
What makes
like
a
late
king different
'80s.
from a California king?
Then my brother
Well,
called and said,
they're just
"Queen,
bigger
I'll
and
take
longer.
it."
Yeah. But my okay.
joking.
So my mom actually kind of ran like a sort of daycare thing too. It was all the neighborhood kids, but there were like 5 kids.
Was she
Well,
licensed?
no,
Licensed?
probably not. Probably not. She babysat.
Babysat.
Yeah, not licensed daycare. So, but her fun little game that she would play is she would take a hairdryer to the queen size air or the queen size waterbed and fill it up with air. So we had this huge ball that was full of air. It was the queen size mattress, and we would put the thinnest kids, myself as usual, laying on one
Brag
side,
about
and
it.
everybody would fucking run and jump on the other side and pop me up in the air like 10, 15 feet, and then I'd always land on the waterbed again, and those are very vivid memories. But,
Our
yeah.
daycare was more
Yeah.
dangerous than that, I think.
Right, yeah.
At least by the time I just drooled. Did you see that?
Yes.
I
Slobber
drooled. I just drooled all over the microphone.
PJ has drilled since day one.
You're bringing this shit out of me. I haven't.
The difference is,
Fucking
I think
years.
we all drool at day one. P. Davis never moved past it.
I never had like
point, good
beer and vodka
Thank you, Ashley.
to justify it back then. But I always knocked out my front teeth. Like fucking.
I played a part in that sometimes. Ashley, talk more about the playroom or the toy room, as it's more accurate.
Poop on the walls. Poop on the walls.
Poop on the walls, literally?
I remember that one time.
I remember one kid smearing poop on the walls.
Yeah, but that was after Ashley. That was post Ashley.
Okay.
Was
it
it?
might have been
Never
me.
forget.
Was it post me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it
It
was.
was one of the last
Well,
kids in the daycare.
I'm not going to discredit the fact that there may have been shit smeared on the wall at another time in that daycare as well.
If you
Okay, was
remember
there,
it,
like-
you remember it.
Okay, you get in the playroom, and to the right is like a big box.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like down to the ground.
Yeah.
Right. Kind
Like-
of built
It was
into
like
the
a
room.
It was like from the wall to.
It was a closet that
It's a
they made
walk-in
into a
cl-
toy box.
A walk-in
Yeah.
closet that they like put a board in front
And
of.
you're going to
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
the jagged
That's what it
edges
was.
that punctured your hands at
Yeah.
any given
And
time.
then
when you
really
came
old
through.
toys in there.
really gross, dirty toys that I never.
But
wanted to
I
touch.
remember that at Grandma's house too. Like a lot of the metal toys that would,
Right.
would get pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
All I remember is wanting to play like tag with you guys.
hmm And were we assholes about it because
Yeah,
we
you're
were 5
total
years old?
assholes about
Really?
it. Yeah.
Of course we were.
Sometimes you would do it, and it would really make me happy, and other times you
Oh
would,
my god, look at her.
and I would just want
Cry
to
if you need to. Cry if you
cry.
need to.
I'm so worried about my niece right now. She does the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'll run around with her. And then, like, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. She's like, come on, let's
No.
play tag. And I'm like, no.
Or
I
you
watch
know, we
TV
can talk
or
about
something.
the infamous croquet incident recently,
Yeah.
which we've
Oh, yeah, you
talked
have
about
it?
on the
Oh,
show.
okay. Yeah.
But
What's the
yeah, you took a
croquet?
lot of
Regardless,
time with
though, I
PJ's
feel bad
daughter.
about that now.
You should because
Yeah.
it's gonna stick with her forever.
Yeah, and she's young. She's like,
Wait,
fucking
they're having
5
their
or
own
6.
conversation. Jesus Christ.
No, we're on the same page. It's just that, like, she's 5 or 6, and I just hung out with her on Sunday, and she was like, "Hey, Uncle, chase me!" And I was like, "Okay," and then I chased her.
I think
for
it's
about
different
15
when
minutes.
it's a kid your own age though. Like
Yeah, no, understood.
when
Yeah,
you're both
that's true.
4-year-olds. Like
Regardless, it's still gonna jade her. She was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I thought Uncle loved me." And I'm like, yeah, I did for 25 minutes.
Mhm.
Now it's time for me
I
to
definitely
sit down.
remember times as a kid like annoying my uncles and it coming out, like it proving it. But
Oh,
you're
Uncle
not
Barry all
mean-
the time.
You're not mean to your niece about it.
No.
though.
I'm not like,
I
Get
break
outta
my
here.
kids' heart all the time. You can only like
Have I ever broken your daughter's
no,
heart?
but it's all
I don't know.
detrimental.
I probably have.
if she starts a game with you,
And then I
have-
get exhausted?
yeah, you have to break it off. Like that breaks her heart every time. But fuck it.
Speaking of Sophie,
Fuck it.
I talked to her today, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Oh.
And she goes, "You're nice." And then we got off the phone.
That is a cute story. I'm glad you brought that up. She's adorable.
Yeah,
She'll be
she is.
3 next month, right?
Yeah.
That's
next
crazy.
month. And she always talks about you, Uncle Nick.
She does?
mention you a lot, yeah.
Does she really?
More than ever.
He was
I'm gonna
actually
cry
talking
right
to me.
now. I didn't know that was.
You want to hear examples?
Well, hold on. Before you get into this, and please do. I imagine her as having the thing that the guy in Memento had. Like the short-term memory. She only remembers me once I come and prove myself
you're
every
around
time.
plenty, sir. You are around plenty.
All right, so that's what this is about.
I know, but examples are like she'll go, "Where's Uncle Nick? I want Uncle Nick." She likes to get sad faces a lot, and you ask her what's wrong, and she'll go like I want a cookie or something like that. But every now and then she'll go like, "I want my Uncle Nick."
Aww.
That's always funny. And then you go, Sophie.
I
who-"
got my sad face on right now.
And then you go like, "Hey Sophie, who does Daddy love? Me. Who else? Mommy. Who else? Uncle Nick." Every time.
Oh.
Who does Sophie love?
I wanna
Number
be-
3, huh?
I want to be Auntie Ashley, but I don't think I
You're
am.
not
You got to step up.
I'm like second cousin. Is that what it is?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
You're her sister.
You don't have-
for all that matters to me. Actually.
Yeah, we'll
Actually,
just call
we
you
are
Melissa
sisters.
whenever Sophie's around, okay?
In God's
that
eyes,
cool?
we are sisters.
In God's
Hey,
eyes,
we
indeed.
agreed not to talk about religion tonight, okay?
I know.
yeah, but
God's watching this, so
let's
do me
see,
a
well,
favor.
You guys could be. It could be a different religion.
But when
you
she
guys could be
said-
sisters in the Mormon. You guys could be sister
Yeah.
wives. Who knows what'll
She
happen?
said,
Fucking me and Nick O witnessed the apocalypse today. Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about it later. But,
Yeah.
but
We keep
she
teasing
seriously
it.
said, "Who is this?" And I said, "Ashley." And she goes, "You're really nice."
well, I was gonna say, tell her you're her cousin. She loves cousins.
Yeah.
Plus, Alvina's probably feeding her lines. You know how she
No,
does.
Alvina didn't even have a chance to talk to her by the time I
Oh,
talked
I'm
to her.
sure. I'm sure. They
No.
worked it out.
No.
There was a dress
I'm
rehearsal
nice.
for that phone call. Hey, Ashley, have you talked to Caleb lately?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
What's he up to?
Caleb does qigong.
What is that?
Is that,
Caleb is
that,
our,
Is that a
uh,
form of martial arts?
No, it's a form of.
That was going to be my guess.
Kama Sutra.
I think so.
No.
You think so?
Caleb's
Wait.
living the life.
No. Karma Sutra is sexual.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That was the joke there. Yoga?
It's kind of a form of yoga.
Is
It's
he
like,
harnessing his chi at any
Yes.
time? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's definitely.
I don't know what
so
that
cheap.
is, but
Me either, but we drove to Lake Chelan. Are we recording?
Yeah.
All right. We drove to Lake Chelan a week and a half ago, and
You and Caleb, I bet that was fun.
it was
I
okay.
was switching phone servers at that time.
But he was doing qigong. He was doing qigong in the car, which is like where he closes his eyes and meditates.
That's
and
pretty in your face, don't you think? Wouldn't you go find time to do that?
In his defense,
and he had a
though,
seatbelt on as he's doing Indian style.
in his defense, though, I was pretty quiet and not
Respectful.
fun either.
Mm,
So
Going through your own issues, huh?
heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was doing qigong and I was being quiet, and it was an interesting car ride because Aunt Lori was like, "Hey, make sure Caleb stays awake on you," and he did qigong and he fell asleep.
And Aunt Lori is his mom. You're all
Yeah.
in the car together?
No, just me and Caleb.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to find our directions to Chelan, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going? Make sure Caleb's a good co-pilot."
Oh yeah, wasn't Melissa there too?
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah. That's after she came and stayed at my house.
Oh, okay. Including Caleb, huh?
Caleb and Cecily and me. I was and Melissa.
Yeah, Caleb, episode 50. Also, Ashley was on that one.
Yeah.
As a reminder.
His dreads are even longer now.
Really? Is he still working at the,
Dick's, yeah.
Yeah.
He works for Dick's.
I was not going to say it, but then I remember he did say it on episode 50.
He openly admits he works for Dick's.
I do too, apparently, after tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we all knew that all
So
along.
you were a professional.
Apparently, you guys have
Some
all
s-
been dying to ask me.
Tell me
about
my
this.
brother isn't some streetwalker. Yeah, I can handle.
I will tell you, embarrassingly, I have a date on Thursday with a female
Do you really?
that I've not yet met in real life.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Match.com
How
or
can
what?
you keep this a secret?
OkCupid.com. in
Cupid.
fact, Nico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick,
You
why-
know of it? Do you have a profile,
Nick,
Nico?
why
No,
do
I
you
don't.
not tell
No,
me
but
these things?
I know
tell
people
you-
that do.
I tell you every bit of minutia in my life. You don't tell
Nico
me
has
how to
not
date?
talked the whole episode, but every time he tries to,
No.
you stomp on him.
Well, I'm
No, I know. It's fine though. It's a family. It's a family episode. I'm
No,
not
we'll-
trying
we'll-
to be
It sucks
part of
though
we'll
this
end
because
this with,
I feel like all the episodes are family episodes, and any
No, they're not. Only the ones you listen to that you're on,
Yeah.
which is now
Yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
2 after
You're part of
this?
the
I'm
family. yeah.
self-absorbed. I can't help it.
She's listened to 2 then. The first one she was on, and then this one.
Yeah, so she
The only
will have
two I
listened to
listen to.
2.
That's
Anyway,
like
PJ,
me.
go on. What questions do you have for me?
Wait a minute, is that where?
Well, you seem to be so offended that I didn't tell you about my embarrassing internet
Oh,
date that I'm about to go on.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just shocking to me that like you, first of all, to make an internet date because you claim to be as awkward as I am, but
But the internet's way easier for that reason.
But you're meeting them in person.
Right.
I could never do that.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing. We're just doing.
You're just doing
sign.
sign language while we're
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to have a conversation here.
Yeah.
ASL, ever heard of
We're
it?
ruining it. Yeah. You should listen to the podcast.
We're American. We do sign language.
The humanities
Yeah.
course. now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right on.
But no, it just surprised me because you say, "Oh, I'm so awkward," but I would never be able to meet someone. I would certainly make an internet date and then stand across the street and watch her show up and then just never go. I would do that.
Oh,
Social
sure. She's the
anxiety.
fatty. That's going
Is
to be the
that
case.
so weird?
But
It's
do
just
they have
weird-
pictures though?
Yeah.
It's weird. To
Can't
me.
really tell at this point with this one yet.
Well, but then why? Because you connect
She-
with her. Why don't you tell me these things? That's what I want to know. I would tell
It's
you.
because
that.
he's gay.
No, you wouldn't. You've been married since you were 18.
Yeah, but from the second I started dating Alvina, I told you like.
Well, we were roommates at the time. Of course,
right.
you were going to tell me.
I couldn't keep my emotions in check.
Well, I don't have any emotions yet. We'll see where this goes.
It's just always weird. Like it just seems weird to me.
Well, we've talked about last time was episode 90. The one other time I tried to date through this particular
Right,
website,
that didn't go too well.
it ended in flames. That was my fault, Ashley. I know you don't
Okay,
listen to the show,
so-
but I talked too much about family, as it turns out.
Yeah.
I mentioned about my sister being a retard within 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
and
It's
then
pretty funny, though.
amazingly, it went downhill from there.
If you hear the way he said it, it's not so bad.
She said the word retarded, and then she apologized for it.
Who did? Melissa?
No, this date I went on.
Yeah.
Like a girl I met off the internet. I went and met her at a bar.
Girl. Maybe.
No, Melissa said that. Melissa was like, "That girl looks retarded." I'm sorry. I'm retarded. I'm sorry.
No, that's not what happened, Nico.
know,
Let me walk you through it.
Please.
Anybody that's listened to episode 90, just skip past this part. But for you guys, she said, like, we were looking at something on the TV above the bar, and it was a commercial that we were making fun of. And so I think the date's going well, right? We're making fun of the Geico Gecko or something.
Is it that one commercial that says like kindness, pass it on? The Down syndrome girl is the prom queen.
Well, that's funny.
That's
No,
great.
but whatever it was,
It's
just like
still in rotation to my pleasure.
in passing, this date of mine says that commercial's retarded. Like just saying it like that. But then she caught herself right after she said it and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't usually use the word retarded that way." And so
Did you
my
tell her
follow up was immediately, "No, that's cool. My sister's retarded."
Wait a minute.
And that's how it
Wait a
started.
minute.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought that
how-
you made a joke about something
No.
being retarded, and you said it's okay for me to say that. My
She said
sister's
retarded first and apologized, and that's why I said,
Oh.
"No, it's cool. My
She's a
sister's
bitch
retarded."
Well, that's pretty fucking pompous. Like, man, look at that gay ass shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say gay ass.
No,
gay
I
ass
think
shit.
I'm probably
And
gonna
then-
slip up and call her a fag this next date.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Oh,
in.
you have another date coming
That's-
up? Oh, okay.
That's how
Not-
this started. Yeah.
Not
So
with
you
the
know
same
what she
girl.
looks like then.
Not
You
with the
said-
same girl.
Yeah, she's blonde.
It's
Ashley,
not-
how do you feel about blondes?
I want to clarify.
You
This
can't trust them, right?
This date Nick
I don't
has
know.
coming
You know
is
that.
Ashley's blonde. That's the joke.
Listen, no, they're confused. They're confused.
PJ. Okay.
Wait,
sorry.
wait,
This
what?
I got your joke.
Huh?
This
We're missing
date,
this joke.
This date you have coming is not with that same girl.
No, absolutely
All
not.
right. No,
I botched
no,
the
I
second I
understand
made
that. I
that
understand
comment.
No, you
We
guys-
were making a joke and you fucked it
No,
up.
you thought it was the same girl. I swear to God.
No, I didn't think it was the same girl.
I promised to
PJ,
Jehovah.
I'm on the same page as you. I promised Jehovah too. You're my favorite cousin.
Deep. No,
You were
can't
not-
say that because you just lied to Jehovah.
Just because this
Okay.
date with a girl ended badly does not mean that I'm gay. I'm
But
just bad at
you
dates.
totally made it sound like you were talking about the same girl, though.
Yeah. Right. So Ashley
Yes.
did think it was the same girl.
That's why I would
That's
promise
why
to
I stopped
Jehovah.
you. That's why I stopped.
That's why she promised to
Exactly.
Jehovah that you're her favorite cousin.
Yeah.
Makes
So-
sense.
So this first date went bad. Where are you going with the? Well, before it went bad, was it super awkward before then?
Oh, sure. First of all, I showed up 15 minutes late.
So
I
how can you want to do it again?
might work out
you,
this time.
You need companionship that badly?
Dude, think about not touching a boob for a year. Think about that for a minute.
Been there. No. no.
I
For
doubt you
several
have.
years, sir.
Yeah.
Only a gay man would say something like that.
What? Really?
Oh.
I gotta touch a boob. I'm really feeding you a
Yeah.
boob
I
right
just want
now.
to touch boob.
I'm such
Ah,
a man.
it's boob time.
I want to
Okay.
squeeze a boob
I
so
haven't
bad.
seen a vagina in 50 days.
I wish 50 days.
Yeah, okay, so where are you going with this new girl?
I don't know. We haven't worked it out yet. We just know that we're seeing each other on Thursday.
So what? You like have talked to her in email or something like
Just
that?
email. We've exchanged phone numbers. Neither of us have taken advantage of that yet.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You make jokes to each other.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
She's
you know.
hilarious. Just in case it works
The thing
out,
is,
she's a
you're
delight.
so shut off about it. Like, why are you not extrapolating on this? Are you embarrassed about it?
No, if it works out, then I won't be, because I'll be like, she's cool. She can hang out with other people. And then in passing, haha, we met on the internet,
Is it
right?
because
It's a lot more common lately.
Is it because
Just because you met your wife pre-internet because you've been married since you were a
It was
fetus.
post-internet. It was post after.
Sure it was.
But it was probably Match.com, Cupid.com.
Sure, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
Cupid, if we're
you
going to give them a
understand,
proper plug.
My brother had already had
Okay,
several
Cupid.
online girlfriends.
Oh, my first girlfriend, if
Yeah,
we're going to call
my
it, that
uncle
was...
had gotten married. Like, I avoided that whole thing. Mostly...
And our
I-
uncle's married again.
I
Very
used-
unmarried, no more.
I used AOL to blossom a loveness, but it was for the girl across the street.
He's back with the feedback.
Are you talking like dial-up connection? Is that what that is? Did you miss that the first time? I heard it.
This is the callback. That's how it sounded in my head,
And
anyway.
then, yeah,
Yeah.
and then it would do a last like.
And that was the
Don't
sign.
cut off. Don't cut off. It's been
on.
going for 45 seconds. I'm gonna restart.
That's right when Napster started. I'm like, sweet, that song only took 2 weeks to download. That shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Or the
like
10
me.
minutes
I can't
it took
wait to
that
listen to
Carmen
it.
Electra almost naked picture took to download.
Yeah.
And then at minute 8, right when you're getting to her shoe wear, which is what you're really in it for,
You can like.
it fucking like
pauses
logs out
up and
completely.
it
Yeah.
freaks out.
And then another 30 minutes of, let's do it again, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tim the Toolman Taylor,
Hold on.
No, it's
my-
like, oh.
Yeah. my Tim Allen grunt sounds kind of like the AOL dial-up.
yeah, exactly.
But speaking of Tim the Toolman Taylor, go on.
That's just it.
JTT.
Okay.
JTT.
Is HOT, in my opinion.
He is HOT.
Because you're gay. It's because you're gay.
That was the gayest thing I've ever said.
Sophie's new favorite movie is Toy Story.
The first one?
Speaking
The
of
third
Tim
one?
Allen, yeah, the first
Oh, the
one.
first
Okay.
Cool.
And her favorite line, and I swear I didn't coach her, was our favorite line from that movie. Do you remember what it is? It's not a Tim Allen one. Tim Allen just reminded me of it.
Can you give me a hint?
I'll give you a pretty big hint. It's something
Don't
that
give me a huge hint.
it's something that the dinosaur says.
Okay. Inconceivable.
No.
Same actor. I get
Is that your
partial
Wallace
credit.
Shawn
Yeah.
joke?
No, I don't remember.
No, it's where all this shit happens. There's a lot of shit happens in Toy Story that I didn't remember. That movie came out in '95. I know because I IMDb'd it.
Yeah, the dinner with Andre scene, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Still going with that.
But it's the scene where Woody like falls off, or he comes to the back of the truck, and he kicks over the box because Buzz is behind him. But all the other toys think that he killed Buzz, so he like kicks the radio-controlled car off of the truck, and they go, "He's out of control" or something like that. That's not her favorite line, but
I
so.
hope not. Let
Even
down
though
if
he's
that's
trying,
the case.
even though he's trying to save Buzz, they won't listen to him, and they throw him off of the side of the truck, and so now they screwed over him and Buzz. But then him and Buzz come back up.
Is this
of
the
course.
R-rated cut of this movie?
No, listen. So him and Buzz come back up, and they go, "It's Woody. He's with Buzz. He was telling the truth." And then Wallace Shawn as the dinosaur goes, "Great. Now I feel guilt."
Oh,
Somebody
no.
says that all
That's
the
a terrible
time.
favorite quote.
She goes,
That's her favorite.
"Now
phrase.
I
Now
feel
I feel
guilt."
I feel like that's the Allers family quote.
You know what's funny?
That
Oh,
is a
Zinger.
perfect point.
It's
That is a perfect
definitely
point.
the Allers
She
family
was
quote.
saying that to me for days, and I was like,
That is
"What is
so
she
funny.
saying?" And then I watched the
You
movie.
thought it was Spanish, hoopla.
Yeah, exactly. And then I watched the movie with her, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was like my favorite line of that movie."
Now I feel
Going with
guilt.
that,
She
Now I feel
loves she
guilt.
loves movies the way that I do. She's gonna love the Monster Squad.
yeah, what's going to be her favorite line? PJ Pub quiz for Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Are you decent?
Well, she'll find that funny. Sophie is a little us.
Yeah.
A little combined us. Alvina has nothing to
You
do
know
with
what's
this.
funny is that one day I'll show her Memoirs of an Invisible Man, and I won't tell her why, but really it's a test to
And
see.
she'll get it.
So
If
she
she'll
picks up on
cracks
the
up at
same
that
line. Yeah.
Are you decent?
Because that now I
Watch
have
that movie
guilt.
and don't laugh at that line.
Because I worry about
Probably won't.
Sophie already. She only
You will.
wants to watch cartoons.
I'm in Orlando.
She won't watch any
$7.
movie with me, but when she thinks a line like that is funny, I'm like, all right, I got faith. You still
that's-
like a little too much like SpongeBob SquarePants for my taste.
Or
but,
what's it?
you're getting
Yabba
smarter.
Gabba Go or something?
Yo Gabba Gabba, she likes that.
Gabba Gabba.
She really loves SpongeBob SquarePants.
I know she does, and Alvina gets mad when I'm babysitting
Yeah.
and Sophie reports back to her that I allowed her to watch SpongeBob. Does she think it's offensive or just not funny?
Alvina, she's like, oh, it's stupid. She's never seen it. She's like, oh, it's stupid.
I
It's
never
not
got into it either.
educational,
I don't
but none
get
of it really is. It teaches you
some
how
of
to
it
have a
is.
sense of humor, if nothing. I'm not.
Caillou teaches you how to be a fag.
I'm not a SpongeBob fan, but if you go to Sophie and you're like, "Hey, Sophie, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?" She'll do this. She'll go, "SpongeBob SquarePants," and you go, "Absorbent, yellow, and porous is he?" Well, SpongeBob SquarePants, and then we both go like this. SpongeBob SquarePants, but like really super subdued. Like we've really got it down to an art, and I feel like we started it together because Alvina's so anti-SpongeBob. We're like, let's rub it in her face.
Here's a proposal. I know we talked about on the last episode. I think
You're
technically,
gay, but you can't marry brothers, right, guys? Marriage proposal.
right? Because I'm gay for
Nico's
PJ.
not related.
No, I'm suggesting you bring your daughter Sophie up because she's cute. We can acknowledge she's cute. We've all met her.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
You're,
she's the most beautiful.
Worst zoo trip of your
girl
life,
I've ever
Ashley.
seen.
You almost said woman. That was weird.
Yeah, no. She's gonna be
He's
a beautiful
waiting.
woman.
He's got the
I'm
countdown
laughing at
going.
myself because I'm like,
I'm like, at what age of Sophie's do I have to cut off my friendship with her? When she's 13, 14.
fuck you.
Dude,
Touche,
we're
that's
done. I put next
We saw the
date
way you
on
sleazed
this.
out over PJ's neighbor. I don't think we didn't talk about it.
oh
on
no,
the
I
show.
know Cody. Yeah,
No.
which one?
My neighbor who you hit on for, you're like, you go to YVC? I'm going to have to enroll.
Oh, dude, that was
They
horrible.
dressed like
that
you.
was horrible. That was actually horrible. Fuck you guys.
But I was going to suggest, because you talked about open
Glad you
mics
talked
recently,
about that.
bring up Sophie and work out a bit like you guys just do the SpongeBob SquarePants, but totally subdued.
Yeah.
That's like Andy Kaufman like shit right there.
She freezes up on the telephone with people. Like, I wish she was very showy, but, I say I wish. Like,
She does go to princess school.
Yeah, she graduated. She's
She's now a princess.
Officially a
She's a
princess.
queen.
She's
now.
officially a Disney princess. Copyright, like TM on her.
Way to put more
award.
money in that pocket.
Yeah, their paper tiara,
It
literally.
looks good. It looks really good on their college transcripts. That's
She
true.
was the cutest one there. I happened to be
God.
there for that first
Oh my
class
God.
because
She
she
was
put
the-
her crown on backwards and she was the only one. And nobody fixed it for her.
Well, the thing is, she's 6 months younger than everybody, but we're like, we can pass her off. Like, she's intelligent enough. Like, we're gonna be able to. And she did.
pushed the Disney princess.
No.
on her?
She
Or no?
wanted to do it.
I'm having a full breakdown. Sorry.
We're gonna wait for this to be over.
Where was this at? The Yakima Sundome?
It's
Where
like
was this?
it's like Melody Lane Dance Academy.
It's
Oh,
right next
okay.
to Ted Brown
She went-
Music.
Okay.
You're supposed to be
Hey, I always
3.
went to Ted Brown.
What's that?
Tacoma, 6th Ave.
No.
That's where I went to Ted
We're
Brown.
not doing
talking about
shout
Ted
outs
Brown.
They
right
Yeah.
moved
now.
out. Yeah,
Yakima.
they moved since then. Are you a Yakima
I thought
kid?
you'd realize we moved on to Nico now. You just keep going.
We're
I,
talking about Tacoma, I thought. Sorry.
PKD 444.
hey,
That was my
I
area.
used to tag with spray paint TSB because that was the group I belonged to. You want to venture what TSB stood for?
Tacoma's best yogurt?
No, TSB. This is not a lie. I used to
Oh.
tag it with spray paint because I ran with a crew called the TSB. Anyway, I'll give you a hint. First word's Tacoma. I'll
And
give
the
you
last
another
word is
hint.
boys.
I'll give you
Give
another
me
hint.
2 more hints. Go on.
I one more. I used to skateboard a lot.
Tacoma skateboard boys.
No, that'd be TSB.
What about Tacoma skateboard boys?
No, okay, no. Listen,
Tacoma
that
skate
should
boys.
be-
Fuck yeah.
That's closer. I'll give you another hint.
Tacoma skate bros.
Sabotage.
Exactly, bros.
We had a couple of BMXers in our crew.
I already forget the initials.
We were
Tacoma
Tacoma skate and bike
bikers.
guys.
Bike
Tacoma
guys.
skate and bike. That was us.
What?
We tagged the shit
What does that
out of
mean?
like the
That's
DSHS.
stupid.
That we'd go to like
I would not
buildings
tell
and write
anybody else tell
TSB
that.
and spray paint.
With actual spray paint?
Yeah, with spray paint.
Man, you were a rebel.
I ran with a rough crowd.
Did you have a
towards the end of
cause?
it. I was way older than everybody. Everyone was like 13. I was like 18. And I was like not even close to their
Actually,
leader.
no, she's
either.
going through that phase now.
I was a follower.
What?
You're just like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
How old is your youngest sibling? Are you pushing cigarettes?
buy
on
this
her or
spray
no?
paint.
7.
No?
Not yet.
Brooklyn.
Not yet. Getting there. though.
Although last weekend I walked outside to smoke a cigarette, and I walked back in, and Jalen gave me a big hug, and he goes, "Ashley, your coat smells different."
So, like, are you smoking a cigarette without you wanting your mom to know or anything?
No,
like
no, my
that?
mom totally knew. She was out there with
Okay.
me, but
That's
The fa-
awesome.
see,
I want to smoke a cigarette. with
You,
your
Brooklyn-
mom.
you don't want your brother to know.
Right, but Brooklyn will be like, "You smell like smoke.
Yeah.
You smoked," and Jalen is like, "Ashley, your coat smells different."
How old is Jalen?
Jalen's 9, Brooklyn's 7. But he,
Yeah, isn't it funny? Those are cousins we never really got to know. Like after the Ashley and Cecily pact, there was a.
I lived in Tacoma for 2 years, and I saw Jalen a few times. And
Did
then,
you?
yeah.
See, he's definitely more reserved.
Brooklyn once or twice. We moved back to Yakima.
I've met both of
6
them
years
once.
ago.
I want to say.
Yeah, Brooklyn is more like, I'm in charge. I know what I want.
She was a little tiny baby.
Yeah. Jalen is more
Right.
reserved. Like, he's shy. Like, probably more like us, and like,
Heartthrob.
and just like more
I'm
like
gay.
totally reserved. Like, doesn't want to like get in trouble or call anyone out. So he's like, "You smell different." But Jalen's like, "You smoked. You smell like smoke. I know it. I know you smoked." But Jalen's like, "You smell different," and then makes me feel all guilty.
What did Brooklyn say?
You smell like smoke. You smoked. But she's the younger one, so I don't know. It's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. Do you think your mom would ever come on the show?
Yeah, sure.
The only reason I
You
asked that,
think so?
and tell me,
Has she ever
just-
heard it?
She's listened
She's
to a
heard
few
of
episodes.
it. I'm sure.
I feel like the
Does
funniest-
everyone know that Ashley's mom is our aunt, our dad's
Rhonda?
youngest sister?
No,
Yeah,
that's not.
Rhonda.
Is that accurate? Yeah,
Youngest
she is the
sister.
youngest sister, I guess.
Second youngest.
I've almost asked your mom a couple of times before because there have been times, not recently, but a few months ago, I'd say, I would be on Facebook and pretty toasted, let's say on a Friday or Saturday night at like 2 a.m. before I go to sleep. I go to check things out. If your mom saw that I was online, she would start IMing me. And your mom and I never had that close of a relationship. As my
mom will
aunt,
talk
she
to
wasn't.
anyone. Yeah.
What's that?
My mom will talk to anyone. Like,
Right, but is that going to be uncomfortable for us, or is she going to open up in the same way that an Ashley does? Let's say.
no, she would. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling too because she'll be like, "Oh, I'm not tired yet." It's like 2 a.m. Keep in mind, and she Facebook IMs me to tell me that she's drinking wine and she doesn't want to go to bed to face her husband yet. And then she's like, "Let's just talk about family," and then she'll obviously
Which
get
sounds
bored
like
with
the
me.
perfect guess, literally. But what would she think, like, coming to Nick's basement apartment and, like,
What's wrong with it?
her true
Aside from the
nephew she
creaky
hasn't
chairs.
seen in a decade or, like,
She'd totally do
smoking
it.
pot?
She'd totally do it.
Well, I think we ease her
Really?
into it by
I
having.
promise
We
you.
got 4 mics. We'll get her and Ashley on
Yeah.
first.
I promise to
That sounds
Jehovah.
fair.
Right?
You would be on it with your mom?
No more promising Jehovah. It makes me
Okay.
uncomfortable.
If
You would
it's
be on it
me,
with your
then
mom
it's
for,
you.
like, episode 120?
No, I'm saying my mom would totally do it.
But
and
would
I-
you be on it with her?
Sure, why not? I don't
Yeah,
care.
at least at the beginning. Then we
And then
phase
you're
you
gonna
out.
Cut
No,
me off?
yeah, we phase you out
Fuck
entirely.
you.
I think it's pretty evident after tonight why that's the case.
What? Because you're gay?
Yeah, that's because I'm gay.
Because of someone's homophobia, yeah, quite frankly.
Makes 100% sense. How's the high life treating you, Nick?
Not bad. Is that it then?
If you want, there's nothing you want to talk about?
Just throw it out
But
there.
am I boring you?
No.
Nick's-
We've got an episode.
Nick's the one calling
I'm
the
just
time.
saying we have an episode's worth by
do
now.
we? Or do we have
Sorry.
10 minutes worth? A lot of editing.
Oh, I'm the editor. I'll keep everything in just to make it look like a long episode.
Well, I just feel bad because I'm sitting here and I feel like anyone listening is like, oh, more family shit. Boring.
Ashley, we're
don't-
not, we're not worried about that. We're
We're doing this for us.
now. This is what we're talking about. This is the
By
fam-
us, I mean the 3 of us.
This is the family
And to a lesser
episode.
extent, the 4 of us. Nico.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, included.
This is a family episode. We're convinced you're going to marry Nico at one point. So we're going to have
Wait
all
for
of you
it.
on at
Wait
the
for
same,
it.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
It's
And
going to be a great
Way to make
episode. It's the
things real
anniversary.
awkward.
Nick,
Seriously.
you'll learn all about this Allers family story.
You're going to be in on this podcast.
I was all
on the
freaked out to-
60th episode.
Yeah.
Wait, what episode are we on?
This one?
100.
We're on episode 110.
Oh, 110.
110
Right
right
Pretty
now.
impressive, right?
Yeah, not bad.
It's going to freak me
But-
out at
10th episode of our
What's
160.
the follower count, though, is what I want to know.
That is
Oh.
not show talk.
In the
Wait,
millions.
What did you just
but
ask?
That is
I
something-
can't hear out of my left ear right
what
now.
our follower count is. And
Oh,
you're
no, we
right,
don't talk
and
about
by the
that.
way, your right ear is closest to her, so
Yeah.
you should be just fine.
I was just
Yeah.
stalling.
I know what our
I'll give
follower
him the.
I will say that we're at a higher listener ship.
It always goes up.
I started that wrong. And ended it
Comma,
wrong.
baby. It always goes up, baby.
We're at the most listeners we've ever had right now, and we appreciate it. And now, because of Ashley, we're going to officially end this on plugs, or at least go for a cigarette.
Because of
Facebook.
me.
Let's start with
Plug it
Facebook.
up.
Yeah.
Plug it up.
We should be having a very famous voicemail message coming in soon.
Fuck you guys.
If that doesn't happen, we clearly have to cut that out.
All right, it's fine.
It's
Uh,
good. It's
It'll
good.
happen.
No, I have guarantees.
She has connections. She knows
I
people.
guarantee.
Ashley's got connections. We won't
I
talk about it.
guarantee.
No, I seriously am going to end on plugs. And then somebody work up a joke as I end on plugs because we can't end on plugs.
Nick and I are sort of improv guys.
Okay.
So we'll
Yeah,
work
yeah.
on that.
All right.
Nico and I.
So,
Come
first
on.
of all, Facebook. You can
Yeah.
find us on Facebook by typing in Plan Brotherhood, becoming a fan.
Hey, those
Or I
fans,
guess you like it now, right?
those fans are going up, guys. We've got like a lot more.
Yeah. You don't look at the Facebook numbers and think those are download numbers because somehow, apparently, a good 80% of our listeners aren't on Facebook.
I don't
That
think.
shit's
Or don't
real.
take the two. Yeah, I know, right?
It's real.
Twitter.com/PlanBrohood. PJ, I also feel bad for posting all the time as us, even though it's just me.
Well,
You know
like
what?
So I'm going to plug you too. Twitter.com/PJTheGay.
yeah, but also
Speaking of-
Did
but
you guys
also,
notice that I just became a fan of Planned Brotherhood on
I
Facebook?
did.
Really?
You're number
Thank you.
91.
I noticed that we
Again,
on
way more
Facebook or-
listeners than that.
I stand by this. I've talked about it on the show before. You switch that Twitter feed to where it doesn't show up on your Facebook page as your joke, and I'm all about it.
All right.
I don't want you taking credit for my jokes because Twitter.
Have I ever taken credit for your joke?
No. What Twitter is for both of us, but it shows up on your Facebook page. Nicholas Allers says PJ's
I would have
hilarious
changed that if
joke.
you ever posted it under the Twitter show
I
feed.
told you. I've told you on this show. You change
Oh, I
that
clearly cut that out.
to where that doesn't happen, and I'll be all about our Twitter page.
Ashley's texting again. This
Right.
is an off-air conversation.
She's just making a Twitter. It's all
so
good.
why don't you see
I don't
your way
have
out of it?
internet on my phone.
What else? There's
iTunes
the-
reviews is actually the most important. I should have started with that.
Why? Why is it so
iTunes
important?
reviews. Why
Because
is that
Because
important?
it's
What about
iTunes.
an iTunes review?
Let's see. Apple, Justin Long.
Steve Jobs.
Ring a bell?
Justin Long. Who the fuck? No, it doesn't ring a bell
He's
at all.
a Mac. The
The-
other guy's a PC.
The PC versus Mac
Oh,
commercials.
well, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Really, is he going to go on?
It's a
fucking
family
Mac?
episode, so I'm going to turn you down. Thank you for the ride to Seattle.
Nico,
by the
don't
way.
talk, please.
Ah,
Thank you, Ashley, finally. No, but iTunes reviews I think are the most important because
Really?
we don't ask for podcast alley votes anymore. We knew that was
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's true.
iTunes reviews, if you get enough of them, I think they start to advertise without us asking. Like you just have to have